All right, what's going on, guys? Breaking news to absolutely nobody's surprise. Call of Duty messed up for, I don't know, the 10th year in a row, something like that. Good to continue the trend, I guess, because people were getting a little too positive, I think. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, Microsoft bought Activision, things might turn around. I don't know about that. Like, have you seen the state of Halo Infinite? I don't think Microsoft really cares too much about their games either. And then people were like, oh, there's a 2-year life cycle now. They're going to have extra time to make improvements. Maybe they're really going to care about the game. Guess what, man? The game isn't even out yet, and shit is already getting delayed. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I don't think it really matters, man. But anyways, so the Modern Warfare 2 beta dates have been announced, and if you recall, like a month ago when we first started to get some good leaks, the beta was supposed to be on August 15th, and I believe that was based off of the Amazon pre-orders, but now it turns out that was incorrect. So I'll put up the dates on the screen. So it actually is going to start on September 15th. PlayStation gets it first, no surprise there. Although now that Activision is owned by Microsoft, I wonder if that's going to switch to Xbox in the future. That would make sense, at least, I don't know. But it is going to be an open beta. You don't have to pre-order. Pre-order is only for early access, and then after that first week it's going to be open for all platforms. And actually, free game. Okay, real quick, let me help everyone out. If your situation happens to be like mine, this is what I did last year for Vanguard. I'm going to probably do it again this year. So I have a PC, but I do have a PS5 as well. So what I did was I pre-ordered on PS5 just so I could get to play it earlier or whatever. Then I canceled my pre-order on PS5, got my money back, and then I kept my PC pre-order where I'm actually going to play the game, and then I played both weekends like that. So maybe that could help some of you out. But like I was saying, the actual format itself is pretty much the same. My problem is that the date being pushed back to September is actually way worse, because it is the same dates as we had in Vanguard. However, Vanguard did it better for a couple reasons. Number one, we had an alpha, which as of right now, there has been nothing said about an alpha. Like, an alpha isn't like nothing too special or anything. I remember the game mode they had in Vanguard, like, it was kind of stupid, but it was nice just to see what the game was about, get a little taste of it. Sometimes the tip is enough, but I'm assuming we aren't going to be getting one for MW2 because it's already July. They haven't said anything about it. If there was an alpha, it would have to be in August. It's kind of getting a little bit too close, you know what I mean? But maybe they surprise us and drop one. I wouldn't get your hopes up for that. And then reason number two, the Vanguard release date was actually later than the MW2 release date. It was in the beginning of November compared to the end of October for MW2. So, you know, not a huge difference, but still a little bit bigger gap in between those two dates. So if we actually take a look at some of these dates here, right? The beta ends on September 26th. The game comes out on October 28th. So basically, I would say there's about a month in between the end of the beta and the release of the game. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the beta is pretty much gonna be the actual game. Like, there's no time in between there to make any major adjustments. It's not even like they're working all the way up until the 27th on the game and then dropping it on the 28th. Like, you have to consider there's still physical copies being made. Those have to be made ahead of time. They can't make those, like, you know, too close to the release. I don't know who still is buying physical copies in 2022. Like, maybe you just like to collect them or something. I don't know, but the beta is gonna be basically the real game, you know? And calling it a beta is almost disingenuous, because a beta to me is supposed to be like a earlier version of the game that's not fully completed, just so that, you know, people can test it out and give some feedback and make some real important changes for the actual release of the game. I think that's the proper way to do a beta, and they used to do that way back in the day. I think the Black Ops 3 beta, that was the one they actually did like that, and that game, to no surprise, was much better than any of like the recent Call of Duties that we've gotten. That's not what this is gonna be, and I'm not not mad about it or anything. Like, at this point, it's kind of expected, you know, that's what I thought it was gonna be. Like, nobody's still getting fooled by Call of Duty in 2022. Like, come on, man, like, it's been too long. We know what to expect. But when I saw the beta was gonna be in August, I was like, you know, that's a pretty good sign, right? Like, they actually have a couple months, maybe can actually, you know, take some of the feedback and improve the game. But of course, that was too good to be true. And at this point, the way I look at Call of Duty is quite different than I looked at it back in the day. Like, I don't look at it as a game that, like, when it comes out, oh, this is going to be the game that I'm going to grind for the next year nonstop every day or whatever. You know, it's more of like, okay, new Call of Duty is out. I'm going to enjoy it for the first 1 or 2 months because it's new and I still like Call of Duty as a game. If they remastered some of the older ones, I would love to play those every single day. That would be fun. But the new ones, they just aren't as good. That being said, I still get a good 1 to 2 to like 3 months of enjoyment out of the game. Like, I still have fun when it's new and you're still learning all the new like maps and the guns, everything. But then after that, it kind of starts to get old, you know, and to keep your interest at that point, the game itself actually has to be very good. And that's something that they just haven't really done for a while now, really. So I would say $60 for a solid 1 or 2 months of enjoyment out of a video game is an okay trade-off for me. I don't know. Actually, it's not even 60 anymore, right? I think it's 70 now. They try to market it as like a cross-gen bundle, so you pay extra or something. It doesn't even make sense to do that anymore, but you know, whatever. They can. That's the only reason. That's the real reason. They do it because they can, right? Because to the individual person, it's only a $10 difference, so it's like, I'll still get Call of Duty if it's only $10 more. But when you're selling millions and millions of copies, $10 extra from each person adds up. Like, that can make a big difference, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's pretty much it. For a positive note, I guess the beta being actually like the real game at least allows us to get a pretty good idea of what we're in for the next 2 years. Also, at the same time, the main issue these days with Call of Duty is the maps, and the beta is not going to give you all the maps. And also, for whatever reason, they never put the best maps in the beta. I don't know why. I'm not sure they even know what their own best maps are. Like, you're trying to make a good first impression on your customers and you put fucking Red Star in the Vanguard beta. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's one of the biggest maps in the game. It has a snowstorm, so you can't even see across the map, and that's the map that you pick to represent your game. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, I don't know who comes up with that. It's crazy. But yeah, anyways, we'll see, man. I don't really care that much these days. I've accepted Call of Duty for what it is, and if we get a new one and it's ass, I'll play it for a couple months and I'll move on and play whatever new game comes out that's fun. You know, it's 2022. There's plenty of games to play, man. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be stuck with one game. So that's pretty much it for the video. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links to the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. Corinna Kopf leaked her OnlyFans earnings. Well, actually, David Dobrik leaked it. I mean, either way, you get to see her OnlyFans earnings, and I don't know, if you want to not be depressed, maybe don't watch it, but if you're curious about how insane the numbers actually are, go check that video out. But yeah, anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day, and peace out.